What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Guys, unaccountability, man, is something that we talk about on our channel, right? And I talk about it for both men and women. But let's just be honest, when women do it, it's a lot more enjoyable to make fun of it. And in this case, this is unaccountability on the behalf of Erica Mena. Now, I dealt with Safaree last video because he came out and said, he's so glad, or basically he could never go back to her. He's never going to get married again. It was the biggest mistake of his life. Okay. But Erica Mena, or Mena, whatever her name is, she's responded to this, okay? Because she wants to also agree that one of the biggest mistakes of her life was also marrying him, okay? She said this: dating music, since you always run the social media like a little girl, I might as well join in. I absolutely agree with you on this. You're the most selfish, vain, and inconsiderate person. And not just with me, but your only daughter. Okay? She then went to follow up and say that out of respect for her daughter and to honor her growth as a woman, she's going to go back to what she's doing best, which is nothing. Because she just, went back and forth with this poop butt ass nigga over this. But, I want to get back to the initial statement. She's dating a guy who's selfish. She's dating a guy who's vain and inconsiderate. If that's the case, why did you marry him? Okay? Not only did you marry him, the guy did this to you before and you went back to him. Not only did you go back to him, you had a baby with him. Now he's the most selfish, the most vain, and the most inconsiderate person, and he's that not only with his wife, but with his only daughter. So now he's a deadbeat dad. Because the guy who's selfish, vain, and inconsiderate with his child is a deadbeat dad. He's worthless. But this is the kind of person that you can marry. I remember when you called the guy, he's one of the most hardworking guys that you've ever met. Guys like Safaree, they didn't get chose there. But now all of a sudden he's not this. And see, this is the problem with a lot of women out here in the dating sectors. They say they want a nice, considerate man. They say they want a guy who's not feminine. And let's just be honest, him running to social media, complaining about the problems that he's having, that is very feminine. It is very female-like, okay? All right? But you knew he was like this, and you married him. Had a wedding for over $300,000. You understand what I'm saying? But now all of a sudden, he's all of these things. And it just goes to show you when some women come out, at least, and from the urban communities. And I would assume that I don't know any Dominican people really in America. I know maybe one or people from the Puerto Rican community. But from what I understand, if they're in New York, you might as well consider them to be black. All right? Like blacks and Dominicans in the East Coast and stuff like that, they're running together with African Americans all the time. They're in hip hop big. They're in everything that African Americans are doing big, cutting hair, all that. They date each other, they're in the same community to a certain extent. Okay? So it's not the Dominican woman that you probably find in Puerto Plata or Santiago, whatever. Erica Mena can be considered almost like black. She's making it in a black dominated sector. So when she says she wants a good man, God-fearing, and all of that, No, you don't get that. You probably could have got it because she's attractive, but you don't want it. And oh, by the way, she was a single mom when she met Safaree. But see, what they ask for and what they get are two different things. They are not attracted to guys like, that are really nice, some of them. They want to go through the struggle of stuff. And again, if he's the most considerate and vain person, why did you marry the nigga? You married him because that's who you are. See, here's something that we don't want to talk about. If it comes to, Black American relationships, if it comes to situations in the Black community or in urban communities that are similar, women like guys that are like them. All right? I mean, if you're a petty person, you like petty people. Okay? This is why a lot of times when sisters, when they get around like guys who are like maybe like nerds or guys who don't have a lot of charisma, it's just not them. But a guy who is petty, a guy who is very feminine in his energy, a guy who's very, illogical. Women think that's sexy a lot of times in our communities. This is why they sleep with these guys. Guys who make irrational decisions, just like them. This is why Erica Mena is he's so attracted to a guy like Safaree. Because the guy is a complete idiot. So when you get what you are worth in life, you start to have a problem like you deserve a guy who's considerate. You probably don't even know what to do with a guy that's considerate. Because you're such an inconsiderate person yourself. I believe she's a loudmouth. She won't shut her mouth. She's irritating to the guy. He can't stand it. And the guy's a punk as it is. Let's just be honest. Safaree's a poop butt. Okay? He's an emotional little... He's the bitch. In the way he acts. Okay? He's very girly. So, he can't really handle that. Nor should he have to. But she's just not the kind of... She's an inconsiderate woman herself. Inconsiderate people like inconsiderate people. They say they don't, but they're attracted to them. People who are, if you look at it in life, people who are lazy, weed smokers, who don't achieve a lot in life. Not all weed smokers are lazy, by the way, but those who are bums, okay? Well, they hang around other people who are bums. Guys who rob and steal. That's the people that they hang around, people that rob and steal. So inconsiderate people hang around other people who are inconsiderate. Okay? People who are selfish. By the way, stop the show. A lot of ladies are selfish. Sorry. Then we get a guy like Safaree, who's probably, if I'm not mistaken, comes from a single parent home. I bet that he is. Okay? Or something like that. Maybe he was born to immigrant parents. I bet his dad isn't there. He's a selfish person. So is she. He thinks like a woman, so she can't stand that. All right? Vain. Well, if you want to look at vain, go look at your pictures on Instagram. Safaree is very vain. I agree. Narcissistic. Okay? Self-admiring. Conceited like you. You like that. But now it's a problem. But you like guys who are vain. The guy's not a builder. Now you're mad. He is vain. Deal with it. Just shut up. Okay? A lot of guys are tired of the whining and complaining of when you actually get what you are. Just be quiet. You know what you're getting. You got it. Shut up. All right? Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, just be quiet. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Guys, subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment pinned to the top. And as you know, The buffoonery remains to the all-time high. I'm out.